Well, in today's video, we are going to discuss something that's been requested a lot actually. It's for platform as a services in Microsoft Azure, and the product that we'll be discussing is going to be application services. By the way, application service is just Microsoft providing you a platform where you can actually build your application or host your application. So, what I'm going to do today is that I'm going to share with you guys a recording of a session that I recently conducted discussing application services and what are the various applications where we use that for, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed. Cheers.
What if you wanted to create a website? Everybody knows what a web server is. No? Yes? Do you know what a web app is? What's a web app? Have you ever seen like those PDF to Word converters online? Right. Video to MP3 converters online, something like that. Those are applications by themselves, right? They're hosted on web. That's why they are called what? Web apps, right? So basically, whenever I'm creating a server, whenever I'm creating such a web app that I want to provide to multiple people, first of all, I would need a server to host that application, don't you think? Everyone's present, right? I would need a server to host that application, right? And how do I host that application, right? It's not very simple to host this application. How do I host that application? First of all, I go and I create the server like I did this with this VM, right? I created the server. Then I will have to install something called as a server role on it. You know what server role? So this machine is a server, right? No, right now it's just a machine. We have to give it some specific role in order to make it the server, right? Server role is what makes it a server. Right now it could be anything. Its name is the web server, but it could be anything, to be honest. 1 minute. I'll start with the machine. Yes, it could be anything. This machine is nothing right now. If I wanted to make it a web server, then I have to install something called as web services in this, or what we call it as IIS, Internet Information Services. That's one of the tools that I have to install in order to host a web application on this to make it a web server. Okay. Then next thing I'll have to do is I'll have to install the application, that application that is in the question, right? Now this application could be a PDF to Word converter. This application could be a blog hosting site like WordPress, right? This application could be anything. So in order to host such an application, I need first of all a server, right? I need to install the operating system on it. Next thing I need to do is I need to install the server role on it, which in my case is IIS, right, web server. Uh, Other than that, I also have to install the application, the web application itself. If I install the web application itself, what would it mean? That I have to install WordPress now. And after I install WordPress, I have to configure WordPress, and it's a very long process in order to just create a server so that I could write a blog. It's a very difficult task, right? Then I have to publicly host the application. So you can think about it that it's going to take a long while. It's going to take a lot of expertise, number two. You can't just do a Google search and hey, I just want to create a web. It doesn't happen like that. Okay. It takes a little while, it takes a little expertise in order to do this, right? So the thing is, I'm going to quit it right here. I'm not going to do this, right? Because when in the morning we were discussing, what we were discussing was that I am a business owner. For example, I make shoes. I have a couple of applications, right? I have a couple of applications and I need to install those applications, but I clearly don't know how to do that, right? From this, I have the web server, but installing the web application or creating a web application is not an easy task. It's not like installing Firefox or Google Chrome. It's a very big task, right? That requires a lot of other things as well. But I still have to, let's say, host a blog, right? How will I do that? It's going to be very difficult. So it would be much better for me if Microsoft was or anybody was providing me an already created platform on which I can just deploy my application directly. I need right now what I was trying to do right then I was trying to do on that app on that virtual machine is that I was trying to create a platform for myself for my application, and it was a difficult task. Now I want the platform to be created for me so that I can host my application, right? That platform is called the app service. When I say PaaS, I mean app services, right? When I mean compute, PaaS compute, that would mean. Application service. Application service would basically mean that you can create your application here directly. Microsoft will host it. You don't have to worry about hosting it, right? Number one. Or you already have the application, just deploy it and run it. We don't have to worry about creating a virtual machine, configuring other things on the virtual machine. Not making sense? I'll show you. Okay. So let's say if I want to create, you guys remember WordPress, right? Yes. What's WordPress? WordPress is basically an application on which I can design a website simply. Now, I'm not a web developer. Personally, I'm not a web developer, so I'm going to use WordPress so that I can show you a website at the end of the day. That's what I want. Okay. So the thing is, I can either go to app services and install WordPress, and sure, I can do that. That would work as well. But I said that search on Azure is really powerful. It's a really powerful thing. So why don't I just type WordPress directly? Do I see anything? No results were found. But wait, what do I see in the marketplace? WordPress is in the marketplace. I'll just click on that and it will open. This is an application service. I'm going to build a WordPress on a platform. I don't know what's underneath it. I'm just going to focus on the WordPress, right? So the thing is, application name. What's the application name? Yes, exactly. This is the name of my website. It could be anything. It could be like, let's see, this shoemaker.azurewebsites.net, something like that. Yeah, we can change the name later on as well. I know you guys don't like the fact that it's azurewebsites.net. Obviously, we can deploy a custom domain name later on. GoDaddy, you guys have heard of that? That's cool. Then there is the resource group. Again, resource group, I said it's a logical boundary or a managerial boundary within which I keep all my resources. Now, anybody in this room does anybody in this room know how to create a database? Okay, let's have any. Does anybody in this room know how to manage a database? To a certain extent, but if I give you a database for a company, would you be able to manage it?
Yeah. Like in order to understand what are the processes that the company is following, what is the profit, what is the loss.
Not reading it.
Okay.
Managing it.
Managing it in order to segregate the data on the basis of months, days. That's what means managing.
It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. It's not that simple to manage a database. The thing is, yeah, not a lot of people. We might have dabbled in DBMS maybe in college, but we have not been doing it for long. So I'm pretty sure nobody remembers how to do DBMS, how to run commands. You might remember the commands. I personally don't. Right? I'm not really good at database management. Never have been. Okay. So Azure is saying, dude, wait. Do you know how to manage a database? No. Do you know how to even read a database? No. You go with MySQL in-app. What's MySQL in-app? This is a database that Azure will attach to your website and you don't have to worry about this database. This will keep on collecting the data. If anything is wrong, it will let you know. Other than that, this database will keep on running. You don't have to do any configuration whatsoever. It's a zero configuration database, which is very convenient for me. I don't have to worry about that anyway. So, app service plan. What's the app service plan? App service plan would be that, okay, I have to deploy an application. How much RAM does it require, how much CPU does it require, so I can decide that through my app service plan, right? We'll get to it later as well. And I'll just click on create the application. Okay. How long did it take for me to create the application? If I was not talking to you guys, it would have been like 25 seconds, including the name and the resource group. That's what it would have taken. And after clicking this, it will take around 3 to 5 minutes to host the application, right? Okay.
This application is hosted on the student VM.
No,
No.
this application is independent. Forget about the student VM. I'm not even using. I went from like search bar and created the WordPress.
Install the WordPress application. So where it will install it.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. We are directly installing the WordPress application. We are directly using the WordPress application. No, VM is standalone. VM is different, right? You are using something called as app service, right? There, the Microsoft is giving you a platform, but only thing you will see, let me show you. The only thing you will see is the website, is the website's management portal.
So basically, Microsoft has given us a place to host ourselves.
Exactly. Microsoft has given you a platform that, okay, they have the Windows operating system underneath that. Okay, they have the IIS underneath that. They have everything that we were talking about earlier. But we don't have to manage or worry about it. Like the last steps that I did, I was just worrying about my application's name and what the application should be like and all that stuff. And it would work, right? Now, the other day, you guys know Prakash here? Sits here with the Indonesian team, right? So the thing is, I was discussing this with him right the other day, and we happened to create an application, right, like this, right? It will take a little while. Shoemaker will take a little while. I hope it's on. Oh, it's running. It's already created. That's great. So this application is already up. It's not even 2 minutes. So which is a great thing in itself, right? So let me see. Would I see the virtual machine in this case on which the application is running? Do you think I would? Definitely not. Why? Because on this that virtual machine, that's the base. Multiple applications could be running, right? Why would they give me the access of the virtual machine? I just clicked on the sorry, I'll just put it here. I'll just click on the browse button, right? And I will be taken to a website like website name that is shoemaker.azurewebsites.net. Okay, and try to open this up. So this is the first time that the configuration page is loading, so it's bound to take a few minutes, so that's not a problem. But what would I see here? Would I see with a virtual machine, or what would I see? I'll just see the website. I'll just see the configuration page of the website that, hey man, you should put your username, credentials, or stuff like that. You should create your WordPress, create your first website. So let's refresh it. Site under construction. You see on top there, site under construction. So just giving it a few minutes before it can actually be online. Now the application service is running, but the site is actually building up on it. So the thing is that it's not going to take us a long while. Site under construction. So in the meanwhile, let's open like the application that we had created earlier. We had created website, Prakash website. Maybe we created Prakash website. Browse, and it's taking me to Prakash website.azurewebsites.net, I hope. So let's wait for it to finish. So yeah, you were asking whether I can start or stop the application. Yes, click on the application. Right now, see the state of the application. What does it say? Start the application, wait for it for a few minutes, and then it will start running. Okay. This is the page that you will see as soon as the website loads up, by the way. Let's see if our site is already created or not. It does take a minute or something. Yeah. Like I said, 3 to 5 minutes. Anyway, so it will ask you for the language. What language do we speak? We speak English. Okay, we'll go to our website, shoemaker. Right. So we speak English. That's cool. Afrikaans, no. Site title. What should the site title? Username. I have to configure it. I'm just configuring it. Okay. Student. Password is. It says the password is very weak. It's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay. Uh, what's the email ID? Anybody give me an email ID? I am G.I. Joe. Okay, G.I. Joe. Is this how it looks like? That's cool. I-A-M. I-A-M G.I. Joe E. G.I. Joey? It's okay. Obviously, because there are other G.I. Joes as well. Install WordPress, right? I could save the credentials as well, but I'm not going to. It's not a good practice. Install WordPress. It will take again a few minutes before it shows me the actual website page. So not a few minutes, a few seconds actually, right? But do you see the virtual machine console anywhere here? Yes, no. What right? Do you see the virtual machine console here? Okay, there's no virtual machine. There is a virtual machine, but I don't see it. Right now, this process is called what? Abstraction. Abstraction. You guys have heard of it? Hiding, the act of hiding something from someone. Right. So they are hiding the virtual machine from you. So basically, this is abstraction. Login, password, your chosen password, and I will just log in to this page. What's the name? Student, and password is the weak one. Alright, don't save. This is called the dashboard, the WP admin dashboard, right? I'm still at shoemaker.azurewebsites.net, don't get me wrong, okay? I want to customize my website, right? I want to just, right, I just want to make it a little more fancy, right? So that it's a more customized version of my website. Active theme is 2019, I might have to change it to 2016, okay? Yeah, 2016 works. Okay, site identity, colors, whatever I want. I activate and publish. Recent posts, hello world. This is my website, hello world. I can change hello world. What should I keep here?
Hello, Sue
Okay.
Light and bright.
Chalo, hello shoe lovers is okay. Then the thing is select logo. You can select a logo for your website as well, and whatever the recent post is. Okay, this is like your name, and this is like a regular blog. Uh, I'll go and activate and publish. I'll select the logo properly. I hope I have any files here. Maximum upload size is this. I'll go to pictures. And hope that I have any pictures here. There is like this attendance sheet that I've got. Maybe I'll upload that. So that's not a problem. I'll upload that. So crop an image, yeah, the one with the holiday. So cool. See here, right? So basically, I'm customizing my website badly enough, but it's okay. It's still I'm customizing my website. So activate and publish. Do you guys think that I will be able to access this website from anywhere? Yes, no, maybe. Try to access it. Somebody, shoemaker.azurewebsites.net, please, on your cell phones. Anyone excited? भाई ऊपर लिखा हुआ shoemaker.azurewebsites, no spaces, .net. But it's opening. Opening for you. Hello world with my calendar. Sure. Hello world. Hello shoemakers, shoe lovers. Okay. So how long did it take me to create a website in this? 5 minutes. If I wasn't talking to you, then maybe 4. No, it's slow as well. So. But it takes a little less time, right? So once this website is up, this is going to stay up, and it frankly didn't take me anything compared to what it would have taken me to configure a web server. Now, who is configuring the web server in this case? Microsoft is, right? I don't have to do anything. It's already there. It's already configured. I don't have to worry about it. So all the job is almost done. Yes, that's what I was getting to. We can change the URL as well if I don't like the shoe, whatever the name is, shoemaker.com. Yeah, we don't like the shoemaker.azurewebsites.net. I want it to be shoemaker.com, something like that. So, have you guys heard of GoDaddy? Namecheap? You guys have heard of Namecheap? Don't try. It's okay. Namecheap. I'm just checking how much the domain name that we are looking for costs. I'm pretty sure that it's taken. Namecheap is one more website like GoDaddy. That's what I like to use. Okay, so that's up to you. Totally a personal preference. Okay, so Namecheap would open and it will ask that, hey man, what domain name do you want? I am going for shoemaker. I hope I would be able to find it, but it will be very expensive even if it's available, because it's something that everybody can think of. Let's see. It's still searching, but yeah. Shoemaker.shoes, 1,000 rupees a year. Shoemaker.ai is available. Shoemaker.com is kind of taken, but again, it will give us something. But the thing is, from here you can do what? You can buy a domain, you purchase a domain, then what's the next thing you do? You go to Azure. Okay, now you have a domain GoDaddy. Okay, so you go into Azure, you go into your application. The application could be your, not Prakash WordPress this time. The application is what? Shoemaker. I have created multiple applications. I need to delete them, but excuse me. This is called what? The sidebar is called the blade. Okay, the sidebar is called the blade. I go into the blade, I scroll down a little bit, and while scrolling down, I am looking for something called as custom domains. And it's very difficult to find because there are a lot of options. So I'll probably go with custom domains, right? Or if I want to change the website URL, I'll probably write DNS. Even then, custom domain will come up. I'll probably go for URL. Then it will not come. So we just push the limits. Okay. DNS. Then we have custom domains. Okay. Custom domains here. You see, add a custom domain. Okay. Add a custom domain. If you own the domain shoemaker.com, type shoemaker.com. It will make a request to GoDaddy. Then you open your GoDaddy portal. It will show you, hey man, there's a request for your domain. Was that request legit made by you? You will say yes. Then it will ask you for your password. Then what will it do? It's going to create trust between Azure and GoDaddy, right? So it's going to take the name shoemaker.com here, make a DNS entry of that name. So anytime anybody searches for shoemaker.com, where do they go? They go to GoDaddy, and GoDaddy says, man, this website is at Azure. So if anybody is making a search for shoemaker.com, you are eventually reaching this website. So yes, you can put in a custom domain.
It may take a little bit extra time.
Usually with websites, it takes around 8 hours, depending upon what kind of provider you have. Azure takes around what, 60 seconds of replication time or 3 minutes of replication time, something like that. To resolve to a new name. So that's one of the key points of this, because this is one of the fastest services, fastest DNS services in the world. DNS, domain name service, domain naming system. You don't have to remember it right now, but it makes sense, right? So what was easier, PaaS or IaaS? PaaS. Sleeping is okay. PaaS or IaaS? It's PaaS is easier. Where do you have the more control? You can see it. You have more control. Literally, you can see it in IaaS. You have the more control. Uh, in case of SaaS, what do you have in case of SaaS? The website is already made by somebody. You're using the website. That's it. Like Netflix. Netflix would be example of what? Software as a service. YouTube would be an example of software as a service. Uh, you guys have used software as a service before, right? In your lives. Before I gave these examples, did you know that? Yeah, you probably knew it. Okay. So the thing is, if you want to convert your, if you want to edit your PDF document, you found your old resume somewhere, but it's in form of PDF, but now you really want to edit it. How do you edit that? No, you download Azure, sorry, you download Adobe Reader Pro, right? And it costs around $20. You pay the $20 and then change a PDF. No, of course, nobody does that, right? You take your resume, you upload it to a website called like online PDF editor or I love PDF.com, right? I love PDF.com, right? And what it does is it lets you edit your document and you can download the edited document from there straight away. What was it? Wasn't it SaaS? Wasn't software as a service? It wasn't PaaS because it was not my application. I was just using the software. I was the end user. Wherever I am the end user, this is SaaS. For me, it's SaaS if I'm the end user. Make sense to everyone? Any questions? Sorry? Okay. Now the thing is, if I wanted to edit this PDF document, okay, If I wanted to edit this PDF document, I will probably need a software, need to install a software, and that software will edit the PDF document, and I'll need to purchase that software and run that software on a Windows operating system or something like that. I'm not choosing to do that. I'm choosing to go with the way that somebody has, excuse me, that somebody has already created a PaaS. Oh, sorry, that somebody has already created a website like ilovepdf.com, for instance, right? It's an actual website, by the way, right? So you go to that website, you upload your document, not the safest way to do it, but you upload your document, you edit it, and you download it. Did you have to install anything? Did you have to buy anything? It's online. Probably you, at maximum, you needed to take a subscription or something. At max. But you didn't have to do any of the hard difficult job, right? Like installing the application, running the application, making sure the application is working or not, managing it. Nothing. I'm the end user. I'm just reaping the benefits. I'm not concerned if the Netflix server is down or not. Why? Because Netflix is doing it for me, right? I'm just an end user of Netflix. Same I'm doing with YouTube. Same I'm doing with maybe Amazon. I just need to visit that website to get that service. That act of visiting a website and getting the service like an end user, like a subscriber, and using it as a software is software as a service. So stop exaggerating things in your mind that software as a service would be something really big. It's something as stupid as a simple PDF converter website.
Excel Online, Microsoft Online,
Yeah,
considered
they are SaaS because we can't change anything about them as softwares. Obviously, we can use their uh, functionalities. Yes.
So that was application services, PaaS, and a little bit of SaaS there at the end. So I hope that made things a little bit more clear to you guys. So if you have any doubts, any confusions, or any requests for the future videos, write them down into the comments. And thanks for watching.